What's up, guys? Thanks for joining us on the bench today. I'm Ben. This is Tyler.
And this is bench time. We're just two dudes, no credibility. We're not professionals. We're not journalists. We're just talking sports. We're on the bench for a reason. So join us. So we're gonna say some dumb, you know. We're gonna say some stuff. You're gonna look at us like, all right, these guys don't know what they're talking about.
Clown!
You fool! Because it's true. But we all are sometimes when we're talking sports. But it's fun to talk sports. So
Imagine this as you just talking with your bros.
Yeah.
That's how it's going to be.
all right. So
All right?
let's get on to our season predictions.
Season predictions, baby. Let's hop right into it. All right. So today we're going to be starting off with the AFC South. And this is going to be holder to actually our first seed in the AFC come playoff time from our prediction standpoint.
I feel like we should go back to first for the suspense. Nah, just kidding. Anyways, Texans. That's who we got, folks. The Texans. They're going 13-4 and 4-2 in the division. CJ Stroud and those boys are going to be an absolute wagon. Sorry about it.
Bearing any injuries.
Chiefs versus Texans, AFC Championship. Gonna call it now.
Very possible.
But that team is just absolutely loaded.
Yeah. That defense definitely got stacked up this year too. I mean, they have some sneaky guys on that team that that are just stuck on the depth chart. They're down there. And I mean, like, you got Daniil Hunter coming in, and I think that defensive line is going to wreak havoc.
I think Joe Mixon will have a good season.
I think he will. I think
the Bengals held that man back a little bit.
Yeah.
Don't forget Stephon, obviously.
Stephon's a really big one. I was really surprised to see that. They already have a deep wide receiver core as is.
Yeah. But I mean, hey,
got to do what you
why not have a wide receiver 3 as your wide receiver 1?
Yeah, Packers fans would know something about that, wouldn't we? Anyway.
All right. Next, we got the Jaguars at 10-7, with the 7th seed making the playoffs, going 3-3 in the division.
Just sneaking in on our predictions.
Just sneaking in.
It was definitely a tight one. You'll see from the graphic that the NFC is a little bit more of a tighter race, but the AFC definitely had some good. It really got down to the wire for us when we were choosing the week 17, 18 games.
Yeah.
It was tough.
It'll be Trevor Locke's hair flowing, balls throwing down there in Jacksonville.
Yep. Loss of Calvin Ridley, but the gain of Gabe Davis. So we'll see how Gabe Davis does back in South Florida.
Well, the thing with the Jaguars, they were good until Christian Kirk went down.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I mean, they paid a lot of money for him.
Yeah, they made some additions too.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Jaguars are going to be good. Right under that, we got the Colts barely missing the playoffs. Same thing as last year. It's going to be that game at the very end of the season.
Oh, yeah.
They got to win it to make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, we really did have the Colts. Just it was definitely came down to the wire with the Colts. I mean, you could see their record being 10-7, or you could see them even going as low as 6-11. So
yeah, sorry Pat, but we got you guys going 9-8, 2-4 in the division. Anthony Richardson, he's going to be a beast.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be good, but
fantasy pickup.
Yeah,
good fantasy pickup.
Yeah, I mean, anyone who says no, I think they're just trying to start an argument.
They do not know ball.
They don't know ball.
One would say.
But yeah, I just think it's just gonna be. It's a tough division. I mean, AFC South is gonna be a tough division this year. Same. They're gonna be like the AFC South or AFC North. I
feel like yeah, it's gonna be a tight race. And I mean, coming in there at that 4th spot is the Tennessee Titans at 7-10, and even at 7-10, that could. I mean, I feel like we talked it over afterwards. And I think we really felt like we discredited them just a little bit here.
Yeah,
I mean,
this team slightly, but
this team could be 8-9, 9-8, and sneak into the playoffs. I mean, it just depends on the Mayo Man, Will Levis.
If you guys had Vrabel, this would be a whole different conversation. I think Titans fans also know this. Sorry about it.
I think they're so confused. I mean,
I think they still wake up every day and they're like, what's going on?
I mean, I'm sure they've embraced their new head coach now, and I mean, that's how it kind of was as a Packers fan. But the transition from Mike McCarthy was a little different than a Mike Vrabel, because Mike Vrabel, it was more of a why did we do this type of a thing. So
Yeah.
anyway,
I don't know if you guys could tell by now, but Packers fan, Chiefs fan, two-time Super Bowl champ fan, uh, avid Alex Smith era fan. Um, just before the bandwagoners come in, I loved Alex Smith. I really thought we had a chance when we shut the Texans out, but then Mr. Brady, Thomas Edward, Patrick Brady Jr. had to come in and
man, Alex
take us
Smith.
on.
Alex Smith. Did you happen to take a look at his leg? Did you see that picture circulating?
That man played football after that. He
That
didn't even have a leg.
no, that is wild
That
to
was a
me.
paper mache leg.
I mean, and then I also got a glimpse of Tiger Woods too. Tiger Woods' leg. I mean, his knee, same damn thing, man. It's
They should play the match together. Tiger Woods, Alex Smith, the match.
battle of the knees.
Battle of the legs. It's not their knees, bro. It's their legs.
Yeah, but Tiger's kind of more of his knee. I mean, either way, they
And it would
both.
still be good. I mean, actually, I have no clue if Alex Smith plays golf. But
Every quarterback, I feel like, plays golf to an
yeah,
extent.
you got to.
I mean, it's like a punter or a kicker. Like, what do you, besides kicking, 3 balls a day? What else are you doing? You got to play some golf.
Right.
I mean, so.
Speaking of the Chiefs, moving on to the AFC West. I will take over on this one. We're going 13-4, 6-0 in the division, but we're going to start 9-0. 9-0 like 2013 with our defense, but this time it's going to be our offense. We have an amazing wide receiver core. We don't even know what to do with some of them right now, pre-training camp. So yeah, we're gonna go 9-0. I think we lose to the Bills, unfortunately. But anyways,
How's that feel as a Chiefs fan with having that depth at wide receiver right now?
it's a great feeling.
Considering last year, I mean, so many question marks last year. Can Mahomes do what he does with this group? And then talking about the year before without Tyreek and whatnot.
We went from Justin Ross season to who's making the cut. Like we have 8 wide receivers that could make the cut easily.
And I think that's so sneaky to have. Now Mahomes has a good 3, 4, maybe 5 guys that at any time could be his number one that game.
Yeah.
And you just have no idea.
I love Marquise Brown. I wanted him since the beginning of the trade. I've said it that if we don't get Calvin Ridley, I want Marquise Brown. I just really wanted Marquise Brown. He fits our team so well.
I feel like
he's going to be a whole different wide receiver. He's at his prime. People don't know he's at his prime. I'm calling it right now. Pick him up in fantasy. I'm doing it. Shouldn't have said that in front of you. I'm not doing it.
I think Calvin Ridley definitely messed up, not deciding to go to Kansas City, instead going to the Titans. But I'm not trying to discredit the Titans there. But I mean, when you have a chance to play with Mahomes or Will Levis, I think most of the wide receivers in the league are going to tell you they'd rather play with Mahomes, except for the ones that are probably on the Titans because they play for the Titans.
Yeah.
So.
Well, D-Hop out for a couple, I think, 6 to 8 weeks. Calvin Ridley's obviously, he's wide receiver 1 anyways. But
right. So
defenses either are going to have to focus more on Calvin Ridley or Calvin Ridley's going to go off. There's no in between.
I think you can look at Calvin Ridley to definitely do some damage for you first couple of weeks of the season, being kind of the primary target there. So
yeah.
All right.
But yeah, back to the Chiefs. So yeah, we'll be in the playoffs.
Sneaking at that 2 seed, we did have the Texans beating the Chiefs in that year, so that is why
I didn't
Texans
want to mention that
one.
part.
For our non-ball knowers, it must be stated. For our ball knowers, you must have already figured that one out. So, but yeah, as a Chiefs fan, you must feel good about this season. So I cannot.
We're gonna be an amazing offense. We're gonna be insane.
It's gonna be tough to stop y'all. It is.
We're gonna be so much better than last season.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Our defense, we kept everyone besides
Snead and Willie Gay. Snead and Willie Gay.
We only got the best punter in the NFL. Cleared
God.
Allegations before anyone wants to come at me.
Alleged.
Well, I guess they don't come at. They won't because
alleged.
He's on the Chiefs now, so it doesn't matter. But the punt god is on our team.
Yeah.
People forget he's going to be hitting 120 bombs over the stadium on accident. They're going to be the first team that's going to extend the net 60 feet because they have to. So yeah, Chiefs going to be good. We're going to roll still.
Moving
Repeat. Bring it.
Moving on to the next team here. As the Chiefs fan is very passionate about their team, as they should be, coming off of a 2-time Super Bowl win. So let's go to the Chargers coming in second place actually here, which is could be a little bit of surprise to some people, but we think Jim Harbaugh's going to establish a good, hopefully a good offense there that was very lackluster for the pieces that they had.
That is the only thing that scares me about the Chargers is Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah.
And Brendan Rice.
Yeah, I mean, can they pick it up from where they left off of just, I mean, Jim Harbaugh wise with Michigan, can he just keep that success rolling back into the NFL? We've already seen it before, but can he replicate it is going to be the question.
It's a whole different ballgame.
What we had him coming in at 9-8, which I mean for Jim Harbaugh,
4-2 on division.
Charger, yeah, and that's I mean for Chargers' first season under Jim Harbaugh, I think Chargers fans would be actually quite happy with that. I mean, you just barely missed the playoffs, I get it, but you are above 500 now, and you show promise for the future. So
it's the Charger way to barely miss the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. All 11 fans will probably be slightly upset for maybe a day or two and then move on. But yeah, sorry about it. All right, we're gonna move on here to the Raiders. Coming in at a very bad 1-5 division record, but
5-12.
5-12 on the season. This could be slightly better than what it says, and it could be even worse than what we gave it. I mean, this team was very hard to predict, I feel like.
Yeah. Their defense is still going to be bad. I don't think they made any improvements besides the D-line.
With Wilkins, yeah. Very good pickup there, but when you don't have the secondary kind of help, I mean, hopefully Antonio Pierce can figure out a way to motivate that team.
I mean, we don't even know who the quarterback is right now.
We don't. And
so, I think it'll be Aiden O'Connell, but even still, I mean, I only want him to be good because of my rookie card.
Do you think we should see a Tua Tagovailoa and Ryan Fitzpatrick type of situation this season with these two?
Dude, that would be so sick. If anyone remembers when Matt Fitzpatrick was in the NFL, I think it was his last season or the season before.
And it would be Tua's rookie year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the games, Tua came in the third or fourth quarter, and he would throw, kind of give him a little bit of experience, all that.
Vice versa,
but
I
think it threw defenses off, and I think teams should do that more, kind of like baseball with the reliever or closer or something.
Yeah, I mean,
what do you think? You think it throw defenses off, or do you think it would make defenses laugh at the offense? Like, okay, this is going to be easy.
It's hard to say because you're, especially for that Ryan Fitzpatrick and Tua's situation, you have a right-handed thrower and a left-handed thrower, and that ball's coming in at different spirals. It's going to throw the wide receivers' timing off and whatnot.
And I know playing Madden, that should me off. If I have a left-handed quarterback,
keep rolling out right.
1, I'm taking the loss. 2, I'm rolling out to the right still. I got right-out syndrome in Madden.
RORS.
Donate 2 pennies for awareness.
Proceeds go to our betting addictions
via Breeze Kings.
Yeah,
it's just we gotta move on at this point.
It's
just getting deadly in the conversation.
We're gonna take on the Broncos here, coming off with Sean Payton taking on a rookie quarterback this year, and Bo Nix coming from Oregon, who also has his wide receiver connection with Troy Franklin. So I think this team's going to start slow, and I think we both kind of felt that same way, and then we saw them kind of.
I mean, they were going a couple 4-13. Hold on a second. They're not starting slow. They're going to be slow.
They're going to be garbage.
We've got some slow donkeys out here.
And for that, we're going to put on the skunk cap. This is designated for anyone coming in
here, folks.
Last place here. If you're getting 4-13, good Lord.
If you're getting the skunk.
What'd you get Sean Payton if this is how you're going to have it?
It's not going to be good for you.
It doesn't make any sense to me. You better hope Bo Nix is the second coming of Justin Herbert or something, because
if any Giants fans are watching, you guys might as well just stop now.
You might as well skip your part because you already know what's coming.
You know what's coming. It's gonna get stinky up in
here. Titans fans, just be lucky I left this off. By the way, I want to do a can't have this on for that. I want to do a train shout out here. I know. I'm sorry. We had to get back to it here though.
Given that we're on the train.
Yeah, we're gonna have to put the Texans and the Chiefs on the train here. These are big trains moving through the valley, all right? And I believe that those are two teams moving through the valley this postseason. So
through the valley.
I'll establish that the next go round here. But yeah, that's a user error for that one. But we're gonna put the skunk cap back on because the Broncos are done here with my talking. This defense, I don't think is gonna be worth a hoot.
No hoots.
Justin Simmons is gone. He's still on the market.
Yeah, which is wild.
He could probably. What if he comes back to the Broncos?
He won't. If anything, he's gonna go in spite and go to us.
I mean, he's got to be asking for big boy money if he's still on that.
At this point, he's got to be getting a little humble. He's got to be like, all right, dude.
His agent's got to be telling him like, hey, like we're gonna have to those numbers you're asking for are professional level numbers. We're gonna have to bump it down to rookie numbers for you. And that's just how the safety market is.
Yeah.
I mean, especially Justin Simmons' age as well. I mean, you have to take account for that, but that's not discrediting him as a safety. But
there's still plenty of safeties that have played at that age that are good, though.
Yeah, 100%.
Justin Simmons, I didn't really think he showed anything bad. I mean, he was just on a bad team.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think Bo Nix is really going to be the only highlight of the Broncos. But I think it was a good draft pick. I called that draft pick. I bet on that draft pick.
That was enough for that. All right.
Anyways, moving on to the AFC North. This puppy was hard. AFC North is going to be just as hard and just as tough as it was yesterday. Pause. All right.
As you can tell from the graphic, this division probably looks. You're probably looking at this and going, "Wow, that's actually fairly spot on," I believe. And I think it is as well. Yeah. This is all these teams.
There's going to be the Steelers fan. No, you're not going. You're going 500. It'll give you that, but
hey, at least you don't have to see the Browns in the playoffs too. So chill out, and you still get to hold your Mike Tomlin going over 500 streak.
Because that's all you guys really care about right now.
So 9-8, I think we may have even given the Steelers. Yeah. I'm not too worried as a Packers fan about the Steelers. You can refer back to the good old Super Bowl from. Anyway, so that's Steelers. I think even could be a little worse, and this could be the year that Mike Tomlin's record gets diminished. What do you think?
I agree. They go 3-3 in the division. They're gonna win those tough games, those games that they're not supposed to win. Their defense is still gonna be good, but it's just. Quarterback is the question. Yeah. Arthur Smith is the question.
It just doesn't sound like a recipe. That's like if you got Arthur Smith and Russell Wilson, that just does not sound like a combo that's built for success, in my opinion.
I mean, it's just kind of a weird question mark going on there. I think it's just going to be on your guys' defense again, really.
Yeah, I agree. Even though we
started with you guys last.
Yeah.
You're going last for sure.
We jumped the gun
first. I don't know why we gave you the privilege of that one, but
we're not going to come back to you, I guess, is what we're saying. So
yeah. Anyways,
you're welcome for going first.
Back to first place, we got the Bengals.
Bengals. I have them as a train this year. I think this team gets hot later in the season. I think you see a typical Bengals fashion of a slow start, but I think they put on that gas, and they're going to take their division. Wow, Derrick Henry and the Ravens? Really? You're telling me that? No, I'm telling you the Bengals. Okay? Thank you. That's the train.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think they're going to be pretty good. T. Higgins, I think, will be good. He's playing for a contract. Whether he wants to leave, whether he wants to stay, he's playing this year. Jamar Chase, too. He's kind of holding out in training camp.
They got to pay him his money.
Out of nowhere. Either way, I don't think there's any worry. I think the Bengals will be a wagon. We got Slim Shady as quarterback. don't know why I just said we, but um,
But I mean, they got a lot of young guys
when
that are playing. They got the almost almost said something I shouldn't have there, but they got a couple towers on the outsides. Other than that, they did draft Amarius Mims out of Georgia. I thought that was a good pickup as well. That's a big boy as well. So they got three like 6'7" tackles. I mean, if you can't help block this man this year, then leave.
get out,
Leave. Okay. I think that's enough for the
you
Bengals.
lose. Good day, sir. All
Thank
right,
you.
I couldn't do the exact quote because I did
We
not
got
need Wonka coming at.
we got it on the screen. Don't
Did
worry.
not need Wonka coming.
All
All
right.
right, next we got the Ravens, 5th seed.
11 and
Bengals were the
6.
3rd seed, by the way. Ravens, 5th seed.
2-4 division. Trust me, that shocks us all that they go 2-4 in their division and still make it 11-5. But
I think
that just shows how hard that division is.
11-6 is a little too good, actually. I think you guys go 10-7, but we're giving you the benefit of the doubt. But yeah, you guys lost a lot of people. Cool, you got Derrick Henry. That's literally all you guys talk about is we got Derrick Henry.
And how many defensive pieces did you lose?
Yes, it's gonna be a little rough.
You better hope that offense keeps chugging if you want to
You're
win
not gonna be as
games.
good as you were last year. Just keep that in mind.
But we gave you an 11-6 record, and definitely still playoff bound. Finding what is that 5th seed, I believe. So
And keep in mind, any of these teams can have the record besides the Steelers. They can't. They're not going 11-6. Let's chill out. But they could easily go 10-7, and they could easily make the playoffs if the Ravens go 10-7. I mean, anyone in that division can go to the playoffs.
that's why it's so tight.
Yeah,
That's why it's such a tight race.
just keep this in mind. This was just tough to figure out.
All right.
Anyways, the Browns going 10-7, 3-3 on the division. I think Deshaun will play good this year.
Has to. He has
Yeah,
to.
he literally has to. But I think Jerry Jeudy was a good pickup. He's got the weapons. Defense will still be there. It's just kind of, a whole team aspect, coaching. The Browns just make those weird mistakes, I feel like.
Yeah. They make a lot of weird mistakes. They did add Vrabel as a coaching personnel. I think that's good to have on your team.
I agree.
Vrabel, I think, is going to really help them kind of bolster up on the defense. I think could give them some little offense insight as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a good pickup for Kyle Stefanski. So,
yeah.
All right.
Browns going to be solid.
We're going to finish it out here with the AFC East, and I think I'll start it off here as a former just absolute fan of Aaron Rodgers as a Packers fan. I think this team does very, very well this year, and although I don't think it's in Super Bowl range, I think Jets fans can celebrate making the playoffs this year. So 11-6. So
yes, you guys, I do think make the playoffs, but I think we were kind of back and forth when it came to the Jets.
This is a slight train moment. It's 11-6. I didn't want to pull it out, but they did win their division. They pulled it off against the heater against the Dolphins. It was a tough one to call, but
yeah, it did come down to that. I don't know. They're gonna be good. They're gonna make the playoffs. I think 11-6 is good, but I think the Dolphins make the playoffs. I think that's kind of where we've kind of a little back and forth there, but in the end, we decided that the Jets would win it. But
yeah,
the Dolphins could easily win this. Going to the Dolphins, we have them going 10-7. I know that might hurt to the Dolphins fans, but first off, it's going to get cold. The division, or I'm sorry, not the division. The schedule is a little tough. You got the away games that aren't favorable and the home games that are tough. I mean,
yeah, they're in a lot of cold places near the end of the season.
yeah, and you still have the issues there. I mean, it's going to be. Don't they suck at special teams?
Relatively, I believe they do.
This is where the bench people come in. This is why we're on the bench, because sometimes we don't know all this shit. We're not ESPN. I mean,
Oh,
we don't.
well,
We don't have
We're
like
not even
70 people back there to look it up for us real quick and tell us in a mic.
we're not even
I mean,
ESPN
come
8
on
the
now.
Ocho. You think we're
We're
not
on
even there yet?
ESPN Nueve right now.
9.
ESPN 9. I think that's 9, anyways. I mean,
9.
it's been a while since Spanish too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, definitely for sure.
but you get what we're saying. So, anyways,
That Dolphins defense did kind of lose some pieces. That even that offensive line lost a couple pieces. They filled in kind of nicely with the draft, but other than that, I mean, it's gonna be a fest for this Dolphins and Jets, and I mean even the Bills could sneak in there too, which is who we'll be
I hope
going
not.
to next year. I believe we have them going 9-8.
Yeah, the Bill, your guys' wide receivers are tough, but I can't. I feel like I can't even say anything about wide receivers actually because we proved everyone wrong about wide receivers last year. But
And the defense,
yeah, you guys lost defense. That's the thing.
both
Our
start
defense carried us. You guys lost a lot. You guys
both
lost your entire
all
secondary,
pro
basically.
safeties. They lost Tre'Davious White.
Micah.
I mean,
Um,
it was a really tough offseason for the Bills. They had
yeah,
to clear a lot of money,
and
make a lot of money
I
for
think they're
themselves.
still down like 60 mil.
That would not surprise me at all.
I mean, they're like second most in dead cap, I believe.
It's like the damn Saints, man. They're always just like negative 40, 50 million. They somehow can just get
But
out
they
of it by
keep
then.
paying 40-year-olds.
They got to stop.
Saints, you don't want to hear this later. It's
No.
yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, we'll get to you. Other
So
than
yeah,
that,
the Bills 9-8, 4-2 in the division though. I will say,
3 teams.
you're starting 1-5, and then you're gonna go on a little hot roll, hot fire streak. You know what I mean?
All 3 teams in that AFC East are 4-2 in their division. The top 3 teams, which is pretty solid. I mean, all of them have positive records in the division.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty solid.
And then look away, Patriots fans. You guys are going 4-13, 0-6 in the division. Jacoby Brissett, I think, will be starting. What do you think?
I think I fully agree with that statement. I think the Patriots feel that way as well, and I think as a fan who's been watching the game for a while, I would say that you need to keep Drake May a season, maybe even 2, because I mean he's a very young guy, and I think if you throw him in there now, you're going to get really Sam Darnold type results.
I heard that their 6th-round draft pick, their QB,
Oh,
has been playing.
Joe Milton from Tennessee.
Yeah, I heard he's been playing. I can't.
Man, he's got a
I think
rocket
it's just
arm.
as much or even more in training camp than Drake May.
Yeah,
So
that's what I've heard
I
too.
heard that they don't know who is the first overall pick when they see him out there. So that's a little concerning.
That's it's very concerning.
Wide receivers still not there. Cool, you guys got Matthew Judon with you guys for a little bit longer, but other than that, I don't think it's gonna be that good.
No, I don't either. And for that, we'll pull out the old skunk hat. You know what I'm talking about? Because Patriots fan, listen, you just lost Bill Belichick, and I know that's tough because
we all know that's tough. It sucks not seeing him in the league.
It's probably hitting you right here whenever you saw Tom Brady leave. And I get that. Seeing Brett Favre leave, seeing Aaron Rodgers leave. And, you know, I think this team could have the potential to be a little better this year, but I don't think you guys will be very good. This offense, I don't think is going to move the football an inch. And I think this defense is going to be the only light of the season, but still will not be enough to carry your asses to a positive record.
Nah.
Sorry about it.
Sorry. All right. That concludes our AFC South predictions. Did we cook?
I think we cooked.
I think we
cooked. Let us know down in the comments if we cooked. We definitely love feedback.
Flame us if we cook too much.
Flame us. You know,
we're all about it.
And I don't care. She.